Hello, good afternoon to you and welcome to Bainab Midday News. This news is coming to you live from Bainab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. My name is Sherifatu Ayuba. Coming up in this afternoon's bulletin. Soldier arrested for assaulting woman and pharmacist at a pharmacy at Burma camp. Our security analyst calls for thorough investigations. Also in this package, new parliamentary report reveals chronic absentee MPs as concerns grow for sanctions to be meted to them. And on the international front, dozens dead as storm devastates Cuba, Haiti, and Jamaica. Details of these stories comes up shortly. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Bainab TV. Now the news in details. A soldier with the Ghana Air Force identified as Warrant Officer Class 1 Mensa Williams has been arrested by military police for allegedly assaulting a young woman and a pharmacist at Burma camp in Accra. According to sources within the Ghana Armed Forces, the incident occurred earlier this week when W01 Williams, who is reportedly attached to the office of the Chief of Staff, attacked the two victims inside a pharmacy located within the camp. A video widely circulating on social media shows a tall, dark-complexioned man angrily confronting the pharmacist before slapping him and then turning on a female customer. The footage captures the soldier striking the woman several times in the head after she attempted to film the altercation. Eyewitnesses describe the attack as unapproved, leaving both victims visibly shaken. Reports indicate that the military police intervened and arrested W01 Williams shortly after the assault. He has since been handed over to the Cantonment Police for further investigation and possible prosecution. Although the Ghana Armed Forces have yet to issue an official statement, sources indicate that internal disciplinary proceedings will be initiated should the soldier be found guilty of misconduct. The incident adds to the growing attacks of personnel in uniform on civilians, while many calling for disciplinary action to protect the reputation and professionalism of the Ghana Armed Forces.
For Sewabase or Trade Obiani ni price Ghana has say yes so price bakune obebia I be as say maba me to ade wo say akosoro enya force obiani ni price sana me mpe na meto ma ade ope na wato o mpe anya force nti asotro na nurse ni abo police no only rights police ni abo na nurse na so only right and say ombo na so only right bibi mprampa wa ba na say me price wo soro a o ma to nto akọ but nurse no our police na obo nurse na so there only right on bona so say Ghana had at the turn price in engine fako mimi to capra wait on teku and only right of bona so aye ne yira no bi bona so be ni there and aye ne ba no bi bona so be ni there only right on so na adwuma na oye ase me so ne metumi aka wo so no me dem ase nyame hira Bena TV
e wo ho ne se obi gina periku nwa akoya ade a enu kwen se oye before obi be ye bibia agina de obi su aya no ana wa akoya sa military man no mako arrest no military man no family ono so dwen sisi o ma arrest no eha na de na besi wa chire family ni nyina abofum ebi o wayire ne mba nti adwan se de me matima kan se o munchu na su kakra na o munja no no nkoye na djuma ebi maame no ono so aka bibi ama na ye ne ya na ono so koye de ekoye sa nti de matima ka afo ho are no also with us amen.
There's supposed to be a region, and you can't say a military officer cannot slap a pharmacist. Okay, so it depends on how angry or what caused the problem. And then everyone had their problem and then their anger issues. But the military man was supposed to have a lot of patience. Pharmacist too. I don't know what he said to the military man that made the military man to slap him. So maybe you have to get the opinion of the pharmacist and then listen to the military man so that you can know how you judge between both of them.
Meanwhile, fraud and security analyst Richard Kumado has expressed concern over the increasing incident of military assault on civilians, warning that the trend must be urgently addressed before it escalates. He urged the military hierarchy to step up effort to enforce discipline and professionalism among its personnel. Richard Kumado shared his views in a telephone interview with Bena News.
I wasn't surprised, knowing very well that the tendency of a condition leading to a brawl or an assault is very high in this country. There's a behavior called offensive behavior. I don't know whether that was what led to the assault from the military officer, or this is a communication issue that went bad and led to the attack. What also made me jam up was the swiftness at which the police arrested the said soldier. And once it's under arrest, I believe the police is going to investigate, and where there are offenses, the appropriate punishment will be issued out. No, it doesn't say anything at all about that. Individual soldiers are responsible for their individual action, particularly when they are outside of the domain of the military. That is to say, they are not performing official duties for the military. And the requirements and the compliance levels are different when you are on official duty for the military and when you are also on your own, engaging in your personal activity. Knowing very well you are a trained soldier, your actions and inactions in and out of the military barrack will be assessed, and offensive behavior will be punished. So I believe the police will come out with what actually happened, what really led to the assault, and if there are appropriate punishment, they will be issued out. I have no idea. What I know is that this is a service provider, a pharmacy. They will need to look at their operations again and possibly making sure that their place is very serene and it provides a secure atmosphere for the workers who work in there, so that it will be very difficult for people to assault them. Having said that, if it is proven that the pharmacy put up an offensive behavior, then emotional intelligence, psychology of work, and professionalism on the part of the workers and the pharmacy will also be looked at. Then above all, I think communication and the way we relate to one another in this country is becoming a bit of a challenge, and all of us have a responsibility of working on ourselves.
Now moving on, support is growing for Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagben's firm caution that any member of Parliament who stays away from sittings for 15 days without justifiable reasons risk losing their seat. The Speaker's warning comes amid his frustration over the increasing rate of absenteeism among lawmakers.
Speaking in Parliament on Wednesday, October 29, Alban Bagbin disclosed that he had received attendance records for the first and second meetings since the House resumed, but chose not to publish them, expecting members to improve their attendance. He, however, lamented that the situation has worsened, with many MPs still absenting themselves from proceedings.
Good reason we decided that we will sit in the afternoons so that you can take the morning to attend to committees, present report, prepare your reports, attend to your constituents, and that by 2, then you'll be ready to sit. Again, that's the period you can also interact with the ministries, because there is a time established by law for public servants to report to work and to close from work. And so that is a good time for you to have the opportunity to interact and chase things for and on behalf of your constituents. It's for these good reasons we decided to start sitting at 2.
To address this trend, the Speaker has instructed the Clerk to Parliament to maintain detailed attendance records to support disciplinary action against habitual offenders. He cautioned that MPs who consistently miss plenary sitting without permission could face sanctions, including the loss of their parliamentary seats. This is in tandem with Article 97(1)(c) of the Constitution, which states that a member of Parliament vacates their seat if they are absent for 15 or more sittings during a meeting without written permission from the Speaker and are unable to provide a reasonable explanation to the Parliamentary Committee on Privileges.
I also encourage the fact that the time people are working, they may not have opportunity to observe you and participate in whatever you do. But in the evenings, they'll have the opportunity to sit, watch, advise you, and also make some inputs. That, again, we are not taking advantage of. I'm saying this for the last time. I've given directive to the clerks at table to take the records for this meeting. And please, we have the standing orders. We know what they say. We'll be taking action to make sure that we compel members to sit or to be considered to have vacated their seats.
The Speaker's concern has since gained the support of the general public, many of whom are calling for effective monitoring of elected MPs to ensure they live up to expectations. Bina News sampled some public opinions.
Okay, in some way, in some way, because Sanipanamba as no more ABI reasons to one body, and it over to my permanent. By ABI, Yadiscatiano, don't so what Giscano, 1 year Jumano and Benjamin so permanent, but more reasons into ABI, ABC didn't know to me by any day. Minyasho over to my permanent. Yeah.
A new parliamentary attendance report has revealed the members of parliament with the highest absentee rates during the first session of 2025. More details in the following report.
The report, which covered 43 sittings between January and March, lists Felix Akweteni Okle, MP for Botiano English Amanfru, as the most absent lawmaker, missing 23 sittings. He was followed by Joseph Frimpong, MP for Nkoko, with 22 absences, and Enesiao Enim, MP for Kumewu, who missed 21 sittings. Other MPs with notable high absentee records include Col Kwajo Damwa, RTD, of German South, who missed 19 sittings. Dr. Castle Atuforson, MP for Ajumako Enyan Esiam, and Minister for Finance, with 17. Amble Nyamike Ama of 2nd, who was absent 16 times. Samuel Kuchetu Ablakwa, MP for North Tungu and Minister for Foreign Affairs, recorded 15 absences, while Dr. Nana Ayu Afriye, MP for Ifiduase Asokore, Kwabena Otrida Kumensa for Takrade, and Kweku Ajiman Kwatin for Obuasi West, each missed 14 sittings. Sam Nate George, MP for Ningo Pram Pram, Dr. Abdul Rashid Hassan Pelpo for Wa Central, Minister for Employment, and Francis Zafia Susu, MP for Medina, followed closely, each recording 13 absences. Speaker Alban Bagbin has since directed parliamentary clerks to strengthen attendance monitoring and cautioned that persistent absenteeism could attack sanctions, including possible loss of seats, as stipulated in Parliament standing orders.
On this note, we go for a quick break. We'll be back with some more.
Even keka chicken and keka some wahala the keka get chicken. I only a che don't have him
Good marriages give you that teeth. It gives you that space to be able to become who you want to be.
Mata dole ne mu yi aiki kuma dole ne mu samu wani name attached to ourselves.
From the voice that echoes through the souls and the minds of the Zongo community, encouraging and uplifting the Zongo woman for greater heights. Dandalin mata wannan shine dandali na 'yancin tunani wurin da mata ke bayyanar da ra'ayoyinsu kan batutuwa da ya shafe zamantakewansu har da tattalin arzikinsu. Ku kasance tare da ni Hannatu Mahmud Awakening da tawagana a lokacin da muka zauna zurfafa bincike kan batutuwa da ya shafi mata. Dandalin mata, firan mata, sai daga bakin mata.
Dandalin mata. This and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. only on Baina TV.
Many things Muhammad brought Islam. In reality, Muhammad came as a reformer. Before the advent of Muhammad, all the messengers, including Jesus Christ, Habakkuk, Moses, were Muslims. We will be quoting from the Bible and the Quran to let you understand that they were practicing Islam before the advent of Muhammad. Join our team, the Critical Thinkers Dawah, as we throw light on these facts about Islam.
My Journey to Islam, Fridays at 4 p.m. only on Baina TV.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Baina Midday News on Baina TV. Now moving on to business. The Bank of Ghana says inflation is expected to decline even further by the end of 2025 following months of steady disinflation driven by a stronger cedi and prudent economic management. Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama, speaking at the launch of the cedi at 60 celebrations in Accra, revealed that Headline inflation has fallen sharply to 9.4% as of September 2025, down from 23.5% at the start of the year.
This marks the first time in 4 years that inflation has returned to the central bank's medium-term target band of 8 plus or minus 2%. He credited the progress to tight monetary policy, fiscal discipline, and the cedi's robust performance, nothing that the local currency had appreciated by over 37% against the US dollar this year, earning it the title of best performing currency in the sub-Saharan Africa. According to the World Bank, Dr. Esiamo said Ghana's progress represents a major turnaround from late 2022. The inflation soared to over 54%, among the highest in the world at the time. The Bank of Ghana reaffirmed that commitment to maintaining exchange rate stability, anchoring inflation expectation, and supporting the country's ongoing economic recovery.
And in some news beyond our borders, Hurricane Melissa has left a trail of destruction across Cuba, Haiti, and Jamaica, killing dozens and displacing hundreds of thousands as homes, roads, and infrastructure lay in ruins. In Jamaica, the storm made landfall Tuesday as a catastrophic Category 5 hurricane with winds reaching 295 kilometers per hour, one of the strongest ever recorded in the Atlantic.
Roofs were ripped off, power lines toppled, and street lights turned into rivers of mud. In Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, landslides blocked major roads, while residents struggled to clear flooded homes and salvage what remained. As Melissa weakened and moved towards Cuba, its impact remained devastating. Officials there reported collapsed houses, blocked mountain roads, and widespread roof damage, particularly in the southwestern and northwestern regions. More than 735 people have taken refuge in shelters across eastern Cuba. In Haiti, flooding killed at least 25 people in Petit Gove, according to Mayor Jean Bertrand. The La Digue River overflowed, collapsing homes and leaving many trapped under debris. With only one civil protection officer present, residents were left to fend for themselves amid rising flood waters. Back in Jamaica, over 25,000 people remained in shelters on Wednesday, with many more arriving throughout the day.
Now in sports, Liverpool head coach Arne Slot appeared at a loss for words as he struggled to explain the run of form this month. The Reds have suffered 5 defeats in their last 6 matches, the most recent being a humiliating 3-0